Welcome to this Python tutorial for automotive students. In this lab, we'll learn Python by building one program step by step, applying the concepts to real-world automotive tasks. After each step, we'll run the code to check that it works properly. In Visual Studio Code, you can run your code by clicking on the play button in the top right corner or by pressing Ctrl plus F5. The output will appear in the terminal at the bottom of the screen. You can find all this code in your PyStation project under Lab 1, Demo Code, and lab1demo.py. You can close this Explorer by pressing this button. This will give you more screen real estate. Step 1, the print statement. We'll start with the most basic building block of any Python program, the print statement. Let's imagine you're building a system to track car maintenance and start by printing a welcome message. In the IDE, we'll type in a print and then an open parentheses. Notice that it also includes a close parentheses. And then we can use either a double quote or a single quote. I'm going to use a double quote for this, and we can say, "Welcome to the car maintenance tracker." After we write this code, we can come up and press the play button to run the Python file, or press Ctrl F5. When we press the Run button, we see the terminal pops up right here, and after this message that we see where the file was located, we get the message, "Welcome to the car maintenance tracker." So everything's working in our code. I'm going ahead and close the terminal by pressing the Hide Panel button. Step number 2, comments. Comments allow you to leave notes in your code. Python ignores comments, but they can help explain what different parts of your code do. Let's leave a comment on this step 1. We leave a comment by doing the pound symbol or hashtag, and then we can type in step 1, print statement. This can help us to see in our code where we learned about the print statement. Let's create another comment for step 2. And we'll do another print statement. Remember, it's a good idea to run your code frequently to ensure that you don't have any problems. To run your code, you can press this play button right here or use Ctrl F5. If we look down in the terminal, we can see the original print statement that we had. Here we're running it again. Sometimes it can get a little bit messy here in the terminal. So what we can do is there's a trash can icon over here. I'm just going to kill the program. I can also do that up here, kill the program. So if I run it again, I'll only see the "Welcome to Car Maintenance Tracker" and the new print line that we just added. Step 3, variables. A variable is like a container that stores information. Each variable has a name and a value. The name is like a label, and the value is the data you want to store. In Python, you don't need to tell the program what type of data you're storing. It figures that out automatically. Let's create 2 variables, one for the car owner's name and another for the car's mileage. We'll leave a comment so we know where we learned about variables. And then we're going to give it a meaningful name. When you create a variable, you can't have any spaces in the name. We'll give our car owner a name, the value of Alice. And we can even leave a comment in here that helps us identify what this line of code is doing. Let's create another variable for the car's mileage. Here we'll just put a number in with no quotes and a comment to help us remember what this variable is doing. We can now use these variables to print the information. So we'll use a print statement. We can say owner, and then we're going to use a comma, and then we can put in owner name. So the first part is just a print statement that we've already done. This is text that we can put anything we want in here. The comma is just a separator between the different values, and then owner's name. Let's run this to see what this looks like. I'm going to hit the trash can item to kill the terminal, and then I'll run it again. And we see right here we're printing out owner, and then the name Alice, which was stored in our variable. Let's kill the terminal. Another way that we can do a print statement is we can use the keyword F for format. We can then type in the name. And then we use a bracket, and then we can put in the variable name. Notice that as I'm typing this variable out, I get an option right here to autocomplete. The IDE has looked at the code and determined that this is one of the items that I'm using in my code, in this case a variable. If I press the tab key, it will autocomplete the code. Let's run this. We can see now that we are doing current mileage, colon, and then the value of the variable. These are just two different ways of printing. You could use either one. So this top one, we use a comma. And in this one, we have to put an F in front of the print statement. And then we use the brackets with the variable inside the brackets.